Buying a new vehicle can be a pretty overwhelming task if you're not careful. There's so much to think about. The cost of the vehicle, the taxes, the down payment, the financing rates that you get, the term, it just goes on and on. Well, this clip is here to help. In this clip, we'll calculate the monthly payments that you would need to make on a new vehicle with the help of a TVM solver. So if you don't have a TVM solver, in other words, a graphing calculator, handy, just pause the clip and go grab your graphing calculator and come back. I'm going to show you a practice problem on the left, and I'll give you some steps to solve for the monthly payments. And then later on, you can try your own practice problem, and I'll post the solution on the right. All right, let's get started by having a look at our first problem. A local dealership is selling a new compact car for $18,000 plus tax. The dealership offers 4% financing compounded monthly over 4 years. And if you give a down payment of $3,000 and finance the rest, what will be your monthly payments? So this is a pretty standard scenario for buying a new car. You've got the cost of the car, and you've got a financing rate, and you've got a down payment. And you need to figure out how much you're going to have to pay every month for this car to see if it's worth it. Well, since we're dealing with money and a vehicle, the first thing we're going to need to do is figure out how much this car is going to cost after tax, and that's step one. There's two taxes, of course. There's the provincial sales tax, or PST, and right now it's at 8%, or in other words, 0.08 in decimal. There's also GST, which is 6%, or 0.06. So combined, they make 0.14, or 14% tax. So how do we add the 14% tax onto the cost of the car, which is $18,000? Well, the little math trick looks like this. $18,000, the cost of the car, and we multiply it with 1 plus the tax rate, which is 1.14. Okay, this is the tax, 0.14, and we add a 1 to it. And that will give us the cost of the car after tax. And feel free to use your calculator for this step, but I'll just show you that the final cost of the car is $20,520. So the tax does play a fair role in this question. Now that we've got the cost of the car after tax, we can deduct the down payment to figure out what's left over. And what's left over is what will be financed, or what you'll make monthly payments on. So let's go to step 2. So in this step, it's really small. In order to figure out how much money needs to be financed, we're just going to take away your down payment from the total cost of the car. And that will leave us with $17,520 left over to finance. And now we can start using our TVM solver. But to keep ourselves organized, we should probably list all of the givens or variables that we'll plug into the calculator. Let's bring in our graphing calculator now so that we can see what variables we need for the TVM solver. So to get to the TVM solver, I'm going to hit Apps, then Enter on Finance, Enter on TVM solver, and there we go. There's the list of variables that we need. The first variable, N, since we're dealing with a question that involves making monthly payments, N is the total number of payments that we have in the question. Well, we're making monthly payments, so there'll be 12 of them per year, and we are dealing with 4 years. So 12 per year times 4 years, that's 48 payments. I is the interest rate that's in the question, and I can see it right up there. It's 4%. PV is present value, and it's the cost of the car today after you've done your tax work and deducted the down payment. So it's the answer for step 2, $17,520. Next up on the list is PMT, or payment, and that's what we're solving for in this question. So we're going to leave that 0 and come back and solve for it. Future value, that's how much the loan should be worth when we're done financing. Well, we're going to pay off the entire car from $17,520 all the way down to 0 by making monthly payments. So the future value for this question will be 0. Next up is payments per year. Well, we're looking for monthly payments in this question. So monthly is 12 payments per year. Last is the compounding payments per year. And I can see in the question it's compounded monthly over 4 years. So compounding periods per year, we're talking monthly, so that's 12. Now we've got everything we need to plug our values into the TVM solver and solve. All right, let's go for it. N we found to be 48. I'll hit enter. I is just the interest rate at 4%. Enter. Present value is important. It's the cost of the car after taxes and the down payment. Payment's what we're looking for in this question, so we'll leave that as a 0 and come back to it. Future value, we're hoping that by the end of all these payments after 4 years, we've paid off the car, so future value is 0. Payments per year, well, it's monthly payments, so it's 12 payments per year. And the compounding periods per year is also 12 because it's monthly. Let's go up to payment and we'll solve by hitting alpha. So I get that flashing A. Then if I hit enter, I should get my answer. It looks like $395.59 per month. And you recall there's a negative there just because this is money that we don't have access to right now. It's payments we'll make down the road. So the TVM solver puts a negative there. So our monthly payments will be pretty close to $400 per month. Nobody said owning a car was cheap. All right, let's add a concluding statement to finish this question off. My concluding statement just says, therefore, the monthly payments will be $395.59. All right, it's your turn. So let's see if you can take the steps you just saw there on the left and help somebody out who's looking at buying a truck. A truck dealership is selling a new pickup truck for $25,000 plus tax. The dealership offers 2% financing, compounded monthly over 6 years. If you give a down payment of $2,000 and finance the rest, what will be your monthly payments? Okay, so give that one a shot and I'll post the solution when you're ready. For this pickup truck, the monthly payments will be $390.89. And if you didn't quite get that, have a look at this step to make sure that all of your givens were right, and make sure you entered your numbers into the TVM solver correctly to get $390.89.